a very epoch-making event. At this point, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'll call on Colonel Ali Yusuf to please tell us more about the Nigerian Army Day celebration.
Thank you very much, Colonel Oyema Nwachukwu, the Deputy Director, Army Public Relations, Theater Command, Maiduguri. This year, Nigerian Army Day celebration will showcase achievement of the Nigerian Army as well as its transformational strides in innovation, research and development, civil-military relations, and technological advances, among others. Today, at the Kinasara Cantonment, Munguno, in Nigerian, we're having the Trade and Innovation Fair, where the Nigerian Army is partnering with international, national, and indigenous company entrepreneurs, as well as small and medium entrepreneurs, to showcase goods, commodities ranging from military hardwares, product research and publications, agricultural product, textile, leather works, as well as confectionaries. Today, at this Trade and Innovation Fair, we have a lot of companies, both local and international, that are here to exhibit their products for the general public to see what the Nigerian Army is doing. Permit me at this point to please read out some of those companies that are here today at this pavilion for this Trade and Innovation Fair. Some of the companies are Chuan Group, Pakistan, Nigerian Foundries Limited, Profus Nigeria Limited, Barmad Macro System, Aerob Tapulin Industries Limited, Global Smart Fit Nigeria Limited, Lodoni Company Limited, BGI Technology, Instant Tactical Energy Solution Limited, Anchor Security Nigeria Limited, Fanny Nigeria Limited, Nigerian Machine Tools Oshogu, Power Solution, Diagem Resources, Hydroform Engineering Nigeria Limited. It is also significant to mention here that we also have the Borno Chamber of Commerce and Industries, Mines and Agriculture, Bosima for short, who are also here to exhibit some of their products for our numerous distinguished invited guests to see. They are also here with some of their agricultural products, which include shoes, traditional dress, perfume, wrappers, leather works, among others. We also have the Nigerian Army Directorate were also in the pavilion to show some of their research work and innovations for various dignitaries to see as part of the activities for Nigerian Army Day Celebration 2018. We have the Nigerian Army Band Corps, the Nigerian Army Finance Corps, the Directorate of Army Public Relations, the Nigerian Army Intelligence Corps, the Nigerian Army Education Corps, the Nigerian Army Corps of Military Police. We also have the Nigerian Army 610 Development Center, the Nigerian Army Ordnance Corps, the Nigerian Army Medical Corps, the Nigerian Army Engineer Corps, the Nigerian Army Electrical and Mechanical Engineer Corps, the Directorate of Army Physical Training, the Nigerian Army Signal Corps, the Nigerian Army Armor Corps. We also have a stand in the Pavilion. We also have the Directorate of Army Islamic Affairs, the Directorate of Chaplaincy Services Protestant, the Directorate of Chaplaincy Services Roman Catholic, the Directorate of Legal Services Army, the Nigerian Army Women Corps, which is the newest corps in the Nigerian Army, and we also have the Nigerian Army Corps of Supply and Transport. While we are waiting for the special guest of honor to arrive, permit me at this point to hand over the microphone to Colonel Oyema Nwachukwu to continue with the other aspect of the commentaries.
Thank you so much, Colonel Yusuf. Very senior officers here present, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, from the commentary desk, I would like to welcome you to Kinasara Cantonment, Mongono venue for this historic event, and speaking about the Nigerian Army Day celebration for the year 2018. It promises to be very exciting, to be very entertaining, and of course, very rewarding for our distinguished guests. Ladies and gentlemen, my colleague had earlier told you that this morning we have gathered here global industrial companies who are displaying their hardwares, military hardwares, and other products in the pavilion. And we also have the indigenous or national companies from the Borno State Chamber of Commerce are displaying their wares and commodities which are indigenous to our country, particularly to Borno State in the pavilion. While that is ongoing, permit me to quickly tell you more about the Nigerian Army Day celebration and why it is so unique that we are celebrating that this Army Day celebration in Kinasara Cantonment in the heart of northern Borno State. The Nigerian Army Day celebration, ladies and gentlemen, is an annual event that holds on 6 July every year to honor personnel of the Nigerian Army. This year's celebration is the second time the event is being marked in Borno State. The first time was in 2015 when it was celebrated in Maiduguri, the capital of Borno State. That singular event, ladies and gentlemen, signaled the restoration of security in Borno State in particular and in the Northeast in general. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Nigerian Army is using this year's celebration holding in Mongono to showcase to the entire world that the Nigerian Army, in conjunction with other services and security agencies, have firm control over the territorial integrity of our great nation, Nigeria. Additionally, ladies and gentlemen, this year's celebration is being commemorated with the conduct of Operation Last Hold. The aim, of course, has been to deploy personnel and equipment to showcase the combat efficiency of the Nigerian Army and thereafter conduct operations to decisively destroy Boko Haram hideouts in the Lake Chad basins in northern Borno. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Nigerian Army Day celebration will equally showcase, as I've earlier mentioned, achievements of the Nigerian Army as well as its transformational strides in innovation, research and development, civil-military relations, and technological advances, among others. I also like to very quickly inform this graceful gathering that since the commencement of the Nigerian Army Day celebration on 1st May 2018, some activities have so far been conducted across the theater. we had the relocation of internally displaced persons from Bama and Guzamala, local government areas of Borno State, back to their ancestral homes. These are internally displaced persons who voluntarily, who willingly decided to return to their various respective communities to, of course, resume their traditional occupation of farming and fishing. And of course, the Nigerian Army has been partnering with the Borno State government to provide them with the necessary support for their relocation to those ancestral homes. We've also had the commissioning of Operation Last Hold gunboats, of course, to protect our territorial waters in the Lake Chad Basin. That commissioning was done by the Chief of Army Staff and was suitably represented by the Chief of Operations, Chief of Training and Operations, I beg your pardon, Army Major General D.D. Amodu. We also had the flagging off of Sharangida and the Sharangona, which of course are the traditional cleaning up of the homes for the IDPs before their return, and of course the clearing of the bush for the agricultural season the farming season to commence. The Nigerian Army, of course, has been partnering with the Borno State government to ensure that farming implements are provided for the returning IDPs so they could resume their traditional occupation of farming and fishing. I recall that a few days back at Guzamala local government area, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai, graciously donated 3 tractors to the local government to commence the farming season. Of course, not forgetting that the Chief of Army Staff on 1st of May 2018 also talks to members of the press in respect of these events, talking about the Nigerian Army Day celebration. And I could recall very vividly that he left 2 very important messages for members of the press to go home with. One of them, of course, I recall, is that we are all brothers in Nigeria, and if we don't embrace peace, there is no way we can have security, there is no way we can have social, economic development in this country. I also recall that the Chief of Army Staff told members of the press that publicity is the oxygen of terrorism, and as members of the press, we need to deny the terrorists that oxygen, the publicity required to survive. At this point, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I now hand you over once again to Colonel Ali Yusuf, who will be talking to you more about the Nigerian Army Day celebration. Ali, you have the floor, please.
Thank you very much, Colonel Onyema Nwachukwu. You could recall that also on the 30th July, which is Saturday, 30th July, in Gudubali, in Gazama local government of Borno State, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tiwa Buratai, flagged off the sanitation exercise and the commissioning of the Army Cynotype at Gudumbali, after which on Sunday, 1st July, at Malarik Cantonment, we have the interdenominational church service, and in all the Nigerian Army formation, we also have the interdenominational church service in commemoration of the Nigerian Army Day celebration 2018. We're here today in Kanasare Cantonment, Mongono, for the trade fair and military exhibition, which is taking place today at the Kanasare Cantonment, Mongono. At this event, any moment from now, the special guest of honor, the Chief of Defense Staff, will be joining us for us to continue with the other aspects of the program. The grand finale of the Nigerian Army Day celebration is coming up on Friday at the same cantonment where the Nigerian Army will be showing an airborne paratrooper demonstration, the firepower demonstration and presentation of ELOS vehicle by the Chief of Army Staff to the newly promoted Army warrant officers. We also have the presentation of award to deserving personnel of the Nigerian Army at the same Kanasara Cantonment, Mongono, as part of the grand finale of the Nigerian Army Day celebration 2018. While we await the arrival of other dignitaries and the special guests of honor, Permit me at this point to request the Nigerian Army Band to please entertain us with some musical interlude. The Nigerian Army Band, the floor is yours.
NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Can I see your particulars, sir?
Officer, my particulars no dey here.
In that case, you'll have to come with me to the police station.
Officer, which levels? Where I for find you something make you take arrange your weekend.
What? Offense number 1, driving without particulars. Offense number 2, trying to bribe an officer of the law.
I won't harass Nigerians or take bribe. Change begins with me.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Hate speech is not a joke. It incites genocide and crimes against humanity. Most of Africa's civil wars are caused by hate speech from one tribe against another. We don't want it here. The Nigerian government stands firm against hate speech.
Under no conditions whatsoever should we tolerate or excuse or justify hate speech or hateful conduct of any kind, especially where such is illegal.
There is no doubt that the resurgent push for separatism, as well as the rising cases of ethnic and religious disharmony, are all traceable to the growing phenomenon of hate speech.
One nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Nigeria, one nation, one people.
This is a pub.
Thank you. As we await the arrival of the special guest of honor, permit me at this point to acquaint you with the abridged version of the brief history of the Nigerian Army. The history of the Nigerian Army dates back to 1863, when Lieutenant Glover of the Royal Navy selected 18 indigenes from the northern part of the country and organized them into a local force known as the Global Hausas. In 1865, the Global Hausas became known as the Constabulary and functioned as a police and military outfit. In 1889, under Lord Frederick Lugard, the Ulster Constabulary was expanded in conjunction with all the paramilitary dependencies and designed the West African Frontier Force, WAF for short, with northern and southern regiments. However, on amalgamation on the northern and southern protectorate in 1914, the two regiments became known as the Nigerian Regiment. In 1963, when Nigeria attained the status of a republic, the Nigerian regiment metamorphosed into the military arm that is today known as the Nigerian Army. Permit me at this point to hand over the mic to Colonel Onyema Nwachukwu to continue with the other aspect of the commentary. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Colonel Ali Yusuf. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, please, I'll crave your indulgence to quickly make this announcement. May I very softly call on all senior officers to please come to the arena to take their seats at the grandstand, please. May I also request the participants who are in the pavilion to please come out of the pavilion, please, and come to the arena of this event. Please, participants in the pavilion, you are urged to exit the pavilion, please, and take your place in the arena of this event. Once again, may I respectfully call on all participants in the pavilion to please exit the pavilion and take their seats in the arena of this event. May I also very, very respectfully call on all senior officers to please take their seats at the grandstand. Once again, from the commentary desk, we'd like to welcome you to Kinasara Cantonment in the heart of northern Borno, precisely in Mongono local government. Today, in continuation of the Nigerian Army Day celebration for the year 2018, we shall be witnessing another major event. It promises to be very rewarding. It promises to be very, very interesting. And that's talking about the Nigerian Army Trade and Innovation Fair. Of course, my colleague had earlier told you that we have multinational companies across the globe, of course, who have military wares and other products on display in the pavilion. We also have various companies and small-scale enterprises from across the nation who are also displaying their products, wares, and goods in the pavilion, particularly participants from the Borno State Chamber of Commerce, Agriculture, and Mines, who have a lot of indigenous products and wares on display in the pavilion. Once again, we welcome you to this historic moment. We welcome you to this epoch-making event, the first of its kind since the institution of the Nigerian Army Day celebration in Nigeria. Of course, this event is a very unique one because it's taken us away from the metropolis, far away from Maiduguri, into the heart of the northern Borno, speaking about the Mongono local government area. I told you earlier on that in those dark days when terrorism took sway in about 24 local governments of Borno State and across the northeast, this location, Mongono, was a no-go area. It was a battleground. But today, since 2015, when our visionary leader, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai, took over command of the Nigerian Army, of course, the terrorists were chased out, not only from Mongono, but from other 24 local government areas. And of course, their phantom caliphate in Gwoza was brought to rubbles. And the spiritual headquarters at Alagano was completely destroyed, and BAT was defeated. And of course, to showcase to the entire world that peace and security is returning to not only to Borno State, but the entire Northeast, the Chief of Army Staff decided to of course, celebrate the Nigerian Army Day 2018 in Mongono local government area, precisely in King Nasara Cantonment, Mongono. May I also inform us that King Nasara Cantonment also is the headquarters of the 8th Task Force Division. That's the division that has been at the spearheading the operations against the terrorists in northern Borno and, of course, the fringes of the Lake Chad Basin and the Tumbus, popularly known as the, also known as the islands, where the terrorists have always hibernated when they're chased out of the Sambisa forest. May I also inform this graceful gathering that as part of this celebration, talking about the Nigerian Army Day celebration for 2018, the Nigerian Army also commissioned Operation Last Hold gunboats at the Lake Chad basins, of course, to take proper control of the waters of the Lake Chad basin. We also have in that location a naval base from the Nigerian Navy, of course, patrolling the waters of the Lake Chad basin. We would like to inform this graceful gathering that moments from now, the special guest of honor for this historic event, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Abayomi Gabriel Olonishaki, is already in King Nasara Cantonment, and at the moment is inspecting the quarter guard. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Colonel Oyema Nwachukwu. The 2018 Nigerian Army Day celebration started with the Chief of Army Staff press briefing at the Theater Command, Maiduguri, on Friday, 29th July 2018, after which we have the Juma service at the May Malari Central Mosque on Friday, 29 July 2018. On Saturday, 30th July 2018, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai, flag off the sanitation exercise at Gundubali, and he commissioned the Nigerian Army Cynotype at the same Gundubali. At that same Gundubali, the Chief of Army Staff also hand over 3 tractors to the indigenes of Gundubali to assist them in the agricultural farming for this farming season, which is part of the essence of the Operation Last Hold, which is holding in the northern Borno. On the 1st July, Sunday, 1st July 2018, the interdenominational church service was held St. Bartholomew in Malare Cantonment, where the Chief of Training and Operation Army, who is also the chairman of the Central Organizing Committee for the Nigerian Army Day Celebration 2018, represented the Chief of Army Staff at the church service at St. Bartholomew at May Malari Cantonment, Maiduguri, and the same interdenominational church service was held throughout the Nigerian Army formation. We're here today in King Nasara Cantonment, Mongono, for the military exhibition and trade fair at the King Nasara Cantonment, Mongono, for the other aspect of the Nigerian Army Day Celebration 2018. Any moment from now, the special guest of honor will be in our midst. Thank you.
Hello, once again, good morning, and a warm welcome to our esteemed viewers across the country to Nigerian Television Authority's live telecast of activities marking 2018 Nigerian Army Day celebration, acronym NATCEL. This year's celebration is taking place in Operation Lafia Dole Theatre and is designed to array personnel and equipment to showcase the combat capability of Nigerian Army and subsequently conduct operations to end Boko Haram insurgency in the Lake Chad Basin.
Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the fanfare and general salute we just listened to from the Nigerian Army Band heralded the arrival of the special guest of honor for this historic event, this epoch-making event, and that's speaking about the Chief of Defense Staff, General Abayomi Gabriel Olonishakin. So we welcome you to this epoch-making event, and that's talking about the Nigerian Army Day celebration for the year 2018. The special guest of honor, of course, is accompanied by the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai. So we welcome you once again to this historic event. The special guest of honor for this historic event, Chief of Defense Staff, General A.G. Olonishakin, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai, Principal Staff Officers from Army Headquarters here present, Theater Commander Operation Lafia Dole, Commander Operation Last Hold, Corps Commanders here present, General Officers Commanding, and other formation commanders here present, heads of security agencies, captains of industries, members of the diplomatic corps here present, heads of parastatals, very senior officers, officers and soldiers of the Nigerian Army here present, distinguished members of the Fourth Estate of the Realm, ladies and gentlemen. I am Colonel Onyema Unwachuku, Deputy Director of Public Relations, Theater Command Operation Lafia Dole. And with me this morning is Colonel Aliyu Yusuf, Chief of Staff, Directorate of Army Public Relations, Army Headquarters, Abuja. Today, both of us are very honored to be your anchor on this very epoch-making event. The special guest of honor, sir, permit me to quickly inform this graceful gathering that activities making the Nigerian Army Day celebration for the year 2018 actually commenced on 1st May 2018 with the theme, the Nigerian Army and National Security, a panacea for Nigeria's economic development, a very apt theme, you will agree with me. Since the commencement of the Nigerian Army Day celebration, a number of activities have taken place, and of course, culminating in today's activity, which is the Trade and Innovation Fair. Once again, from the commentary desk, we warmly welcome you to this historic event. Permit me to give you an insight into those events that are taking place since the commencement of this Nigerian Army Day celebration for the year 2018. We have had the relocation of internally displaced persons back to their ancestral homes from Bama and Guzamala local government areas. The Nigerian Army has been partnering with Borno State government to ensure that IDPs who voluntarily and willingly decided to return to their various and respective communities were permitted to do so. We've also had the commissioning of the Operation Last Hold gunboats as part of the Nigerian Army Day celebration events, which took place at the Lake Chad Basins, where the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai, was represented by the Chief of Training and Operations Army, Major General D.D. Amodu, where he flagged off he commissioned those gunboats to, of course, take total charge of the territorial waters, talking about the Lake Chad waters of Nigeria. Of course, we also had the flagging off by the Chief of Army Staff of the Sharangida and Sharangona, which is the traditional cleaning up of the homes for the IDP to return to clean and safe homes. And of course, the Sharangona, the cleaning up of the bush for the farming season. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Chief of Army Staff also flagged off the sanitation exercise at Guzamala local government area and commissioned the Nigerian Army Cenotaph to bring to memory the repose of the souls of the fallen heroes who paid the supreme sacrifice to ensure that we have peace and security in this part of the country. Without further waste of time, to set the stage for this phase of the Nigerian Army Day celebration, which is the Trade and Innovation Fair, permit me to very respectfully call on the chairman of the Exhibition Committee and the Chief of Army Transformation and Innovation, Major General C.O. Ude, to please make his remarks. So.
The Chief of Defense Staff, Sir, General A.G. Olani Shakin, Nigerian Army Medal, the Chief of Army Staff, the Commander Operation Lafia Dole, Commander Operation Last Hold, Principal Staff Officers at Defense and Service Headquarters here present, Corps Commanders, GOCs, Chairman Borno State Chamber of Commerce, Industries, Mines, and Agriculture, Captains of Industries, our distinguished guests and participants, officers and soldiers, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Major General C.O. Ude, the Chief of Transformation and Innovation Army, who is the host for this exhibition. It is my singular privilege and honor to welcome you all to Mongono, venue of the Nigerian Army Day Celebration 2018 and the Military Exhibition and Fair. The exhibition is in two parts. The Mini Trade Fair, organized in conjunction with the Borno State Chamber of Commerce, Industries, Mines, and Agriculture. The fair highlights the huge socioeconomic potentials of the Northeast and Borno in particular, as well as the efforts of the Nigerian Army working with the sister services and other security stakeholders in bringing about the secured and conducive environment for the return of displaced persons and to kickstart the resettlement and reconstruction program and for the economic development of the Northeast. The fair today demonstrates the resilience of our people and the excellent civil-military relationship that exists between the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian citizens. The second part of the exhibition is the military exhibition. It is not just a show, sir, but a practical demonstration of the strategic framework upon which the Nigerian Army has actualized the Chief of Army Staff's vision, which is to have a professionally responsive Nigerian Army in the discharge of its constitutional roles. The exhibition, sir, highlights the role of research and innovation in the overall transformation initiative of the Chief of Army Staff. Going through the stands, sir, you will appreciate the efforts of various Nigerian Army corps and schools in military research and innovation in support of our operations, as well as in support of national development. You will also, sir, understand the synergy between the Nigerian Army on one hand and the small and medium-scale industries, as well as international corporations on the other hand, in advancing local defense production in line with the federal government local content policy and the economic recovery and growth plan. Sir, for the first time, the new baby of the Nigerian Army Aviation, will be on show. Though their platforms are yet to arrive, you will be informed, sir, of the preparatory steps taken to establish the right technical and skilled human resource base for the smooth takeoff of the corps. On the activation of the Nigerian Army Aviation, the Army will be complete as the only service that can fight on land, in the air, on the waters, and in cyberspace. Finally, sir, the message this exhibition intends to convey is that through the untiring efforts and leadership of the Chief of Army Staff, we have been able to build an army capable of defending the territorial integrity of our dear nation. An army that has met the expectations of the Nigerian people. An army that can maintain itself. An army that our economy can support. And an army that supports our economy and national development. I am convinced, sir, that after the tour of the stands, you will be convinced that the Nigerian Army remains the pride of the nation. Thank you, sir. You're welcome to the exhibition.
Thank you very much, the Chief of Army Transformation and Innovation, Major General COD, for these opening remarks. At this point, it is my honor and privilege to invite the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukuru Yusuf Buratai, the Nigerian Army Medal, Order of Military Merit Brazil, General Service Star, Past Staff College, Daga, National Defense College, Bangladesh, Command Medal of Honor, Foreign National Honors and Award Medal, Bachelor of Arts Honors, Masters of Arts, and Masters of Philosophy, to please make his remark. The Chief of Army Staff, sir. Please, let's give the Chief of Army Staff a round of applause as he moves out to make his remarks as part of the activities for this exhibition taking place today in Kanasra Cantonment, Mungunu. Thank you, sir.
The special guest of honor, the Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General A.G. Oroni Shakin, Nigerian Army Medal, principal staff officers from Defense and Services Headquarters here present, the theater commander and commander of Operation Last Hall, co-commanders, general officers commanding our foreign partners from the multinational joint task force, commanders, commandants of Nigerian Army training institutions, senior military officers, both serving and retired, especially members of the 29th regular course who are present here, distinguished guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honor and privilege to welcome you all this morning to Nigerian Army Day celebration activities. Today's activity is the first in the series of activities that have been lined up for Nigerian Army Day celebration 2018. This trade fair and exhibition is the first we are starting today, and we have tomorrow. And by Friday, we intend to conclude it with the grand final, which we expect our special guests to be here and other dignitaries that will grace the final celebration. But for today, we have in our midst the Chief of Defense Staff, who has graciously agreed to be here today to be part of this very important occasion. The trade fair, as well as the military equipment manufacturers exhibition, which we are blessed to have him to kickstart this series of activities. It is my honor to welcome all other dignitaries who have found time to be here. This exercise or this celebration, as you know, all know, commenced effectively on the 29th of this month with the press briefing as well as the Jumat prayers at the subsequent one on Sunday, the 1st of July, where we had the interdenominational church service. And we hope by the end of the day, we will achieve the aims and objective by which we set for ourselves to celebrate this year's Nigerian Army Day. As you've been told, this is the first of its kind where we have an operation going on, and it's a humanitarian operation. Operation Last Hall is essentially a humanitarian operation. And so far, quite a number of internally displaced persons have returned to their ancestral homes. And we are very glad that they have done that willingly. And more are still moving into their homes. And I tell you, as of today, large number of individuals, homes, families have moved into their various homes. I was in Gudumbali, as well as we walk across and travel across from Maiduguri up to this place. We have seen quite a number of individuals, families who have resumed their farming activities. This is quite encouraging, and this is an indication that the people of Borno State and indeed the people of the Northeast have confidence in the Nigerian Army to protect them and to give them the needed support to restore their confidence, to restore their dignity, to go back to their farming activities, trading, and indeed fishing activities along this area. It is on this note, I want to most sincerely once again thank the Chief of Defense Staff for his leadership of the armed forces, and we appreciate you continuously for giving us all the support at all times whenever we need it. Once again, you are all welcome. Please have the opportunity to go around the various exhibition stands and appreciate what we have on the ground. I want to also thank all the participants, both from home and abroad, who have indicated and are still on the way, and those that have already displayed their equipment. We want to appreciate you very much. And more will be made known as we go on with the various segments of this exhibition. Thank you and God bless.
Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we just listened to the remarks by the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai. May I call for another round of applause for the Chief of Army Staff, please? Thank you so much. Before I invite the special guest of honor to make his remarks and goodwill message, permit me to inform this graceful gathering that the Nigerian Army Day celebration for the year 2018 is a very unique, very historic one. Considering the fact that I told you earlier on that this venue, this Mongonu, used to be a no-go area for anyone in those days, those dark days when terrorism took sway, not only in Borno State, but in the entire Northeast region. Of course, but with the coming into command of our visionary Chief of Army Staff in 2015, the terrorists were knocked out of Mongono, which is the venue where we're celebrating the Nigerian Army Day celebration this year. Please, a round of applause for the Chief of Army Staff, not only in Mongono, but also at the so-called Phantom Caliphate of the terrorist group in Gwoza, where they had intended to establish their headquarters, and of course their spiritual headquarters at Alagarno. May I also inform you that one of the major innovations of these military leadership and command is the institution and establishment of the Nigerian Army Women's Corps, the 21st Corps of the Nigerian Army, which we'll be celebrating today. A round of applause for the Chief of Army Staff, please. Thank you so much. At this point, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor and privilege to invite a special guest of honor for this epoch-making event, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Abayomi Gabriel Olonishakin, Nigerian Army Medal, General Service Star, Corps Medal of Honor, Past Staff College with Dagger, Fellow of the War College. Please, a round of applause for him as he comes to the podium, please. The Chief of Defense Staff, sir.
Please be seated. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai, Principal Staff Officers from Defense Headquarters and Army Headquarters, the Theater Commander, Operation Lafia Adole, Commander, Operation Last Hold, Corps Commanders, General Officers Commanding, other formation commanders, head of security agencies, members of the diplomatic corps, captains of industries, head of parastatals, senior officers both serving and retired, soldiers, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I feel highly honored as the Chief of Defense Staff to rejoice with you on yet another Nigerian Army Day celebration. We are all aware that the Nigerian Army Day celebration serves as a constant reminder of the supreme sacrifices paid by our gallant troops, as well as to showcase the Nigerian Army contributions in keeping Nigeria a united and indivisible country, while highlighting the achievements and capabilities of the Nigerian Army. The Army Day celebration projects the Nigerian Army as an instrument of national unity, integration, and development. Therefore, in line with this year's theme, the Nigerian Army and National Security, a panacea for Nigerian economic development, it is noteworthy to emphasize that security is the bedrock of economic development. This year's celebration features exhibition of military hardware, a trade fair by various manufacturing industry, humanitarian agencies and entrepreneurs as part of activities marking the Army Day celebration. All these are evidences that the Nigerian Army is not only proficient in counter-terrorism and counter-insurgency operations, but has also keyed into the technological and economic drive of the current administration to achieve self-sufficiency and local production of some of our defense needs. Experience all over the world has shown that pervasive poverty, mass unemployment, and underdevelopment are some of the most fundamental underlying forces which propel insecurity. Unemployment and poverty have created insecurity, which in turn leads Nigeria to seek refuge under a social insurance system of ethnic nationalities and religious extremism, resulting in insurgency and other criminalities. National security therefore refers to the safety of a nation against threats such as terrorism, war, and espionage. It also involves the preservation of sovereignty, territorial integrity, economy, internal stability, and military power, with the focus of the cohesive power, of the state. It is glaring that the Nigerian Army has keyed into the economic development vision of the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, through his drive to revive economic activities in the war-affected area of the Northeast. His civil-military cooperation efforts, which make it the facilitator of humanitarian and economic activities during conflicts, has indeed emphasized the essence of non-kinetic lines of operation as means of winning the hearts and minds of the civil populace in order to achieve the strategic objective, which is the attainment of sustainable peace and stability. Having degraded the Boko Haram terrorists, combat efficiency, considerable peace and stability has been achieved in the Northeast. The need to consolidate the peace and stability has led to the Nigerian Army initiative and cooperation with the government of Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe states, including humanitarian agencies, to achieve sustainable peace. In conjunction with these state governments and civil organizations, the Nigerian Army has continued to assist internally displaced persons in the Northeast to relocate back to their ancestral homes and resume farming, fishing, and other economic activities. This is a giant stride towards the achievement of sustainable peace and stability needed in the region for economic development, as opposed to the parties in the past where armed banditry was the order of the day. I therefore congratulate the Chief of Army Staff, officers and men of the Nigerian Army for their courage and resilience in defending the territorial integrity of our dear country, Nigeria. Similarly, my congratulations also go to other sister services, the Nigerian Navy and the Nigerian Air Force, for their supporting role in the fight against Boko Haram terrorists. Worthy of mention is the cooperation of all the security agencies and their role in supporting the Nigerian Army to fight insurgency. I must also appreciate our partners, exhibitors, and indeed all participants for their various contributions. I wish to urge Nigerians to continue to embrace peace and work hard to sustain the stability for economic development of the region in particular and Nigeria in general. Thank you all, as I wish you a happy Nigerian Army celebration. God bless the Nigerian Army. God protect the armed forces of Nigeria. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The special guest of honor, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a resounding applause to our special guest of honor for this historic remarks at the Nigerian Army Day celebration 2018. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there's a slight adjustment on our program. Before the tour of the Trade Fair Exhibition Pavilion, we'll be having a presentation to our special guest of honor by the Chief of Army Staff. In line with the Nigerian Army tradition, that when we have a special guest of honor in any event like this, we don't allow him to go without having anything to remember Nigerian Army for. In this spirit, may I most respectfully invite the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai, to please make a presentation to our special guest of honor, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Abayomi Gabriel Olunishaki. Chief of Army Staff, sir.
Thank you so much, Yusuf. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai has once again left a print on the sands of time by making a token presentation to the special guest of honor to, of course, observe the tradition of appreciation and thankfulness to the special guest of honor for honoring our invitation and being part of this historic event, the Nigerian Army Day celebration, and more specifically, the Trade and Innovation Fair, the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa. At this point, may I now very respectfully invite the chairman of the exhibition committee and the Chief of Transformation and Innovation, Major General C.O. Ude, to please invite the special guest of honor and the Chief of Army Staff, of course, accompanied by other dignitaries, to the trade fair tour.
May I, at this point, also request all the directors, managing directors of all the companies to please go to the pavilion stand to please receive our special guest of honor as he moves around the pavilion in this special event, which is the Innovation and Trade Fair Exhibition. Thank you.
come here.
Abubakar go. I don't see him. Actually, that they said they should be at the airport.
Who come out the sea? Nothing concerned. That bag was hit that side. Get it. Where you get it? I know where bag was. You get it?
Yes, sir. And the people are still on their way. Yes, sir. So Kobe and also Captain Foods. Yes, sir. They're all in Lagos. Yes, sir. They're doing a good job. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've even made some news. This is the assembly. Is the requesting of our young boy.
Me, I want to move this thing. I want to move and go to that edge there.
What we're doing is working closely with Ati.
That first place right now. That place far now. One part here. One left hand corner says Sam. Says Sam. You know what talking in here, Abi? Okay, they say they go present a what, Abi? Bayo Boko?
So just to that edge here.
No, we'll shift the mic one side. And this one we'll just carry this one. Carry the one. That's Sam Sacha.
No, I just want to put that to that edge so that he can cover divide. If not, this rain don't start. It's spoil am.
Just lift them only.
He no go fit o.
Just
No,
lift
no,
them
just
only.
carry am together.
No, we can just leave that one. How about?
Just start for this corner here in case.
Multi-band news radio in its class, wideband covers all frequencies from 1.6 to 512. Those both ground to ground, ground to CC to shore, ground to air. This is cheetah. This has HF, VHF, and UHF, which means this is cheetah, tactical, alpha, we can also go handheld, depending on the rooms. These are all manufactured in Namibia, and this is Africa. The leather industry from Zaria were already patronizing them. And to your right is the Nigerian military police. They're already producing their dog food locally, and they're also selling to the public. And the Nigerian Women Club, Nigerian Army Women Club.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to Nigerian Army Women Club. I am Last Corporal Dignitaries. With me is Last Corporal Thomas Godwin. History about the Nigerian Army Women Club. Due to the military division of warfare in the war, women. Due to the military nature of warfare in the world today, the armies have made it train to train their women for limited combat roles. Hence, our honorable Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai, deemed it fit to establish the Nigerian Army Women Corps. And today, we have the corps headquarters established in Giri. We also have one swab of the Nigerian Army. Here are the pictorial activities displayed in the Nigerian Army vehicle. You can see the riders. They are not just riders. They go out to gain information to know what and what is happening in our area of responsibilities. We also have the drivers. It will interest you to know that the Nigerian Army vehicle provides escorts and drivers for vehicles in Nigeria. And we also have activities like practicing of weapon handling in the Nigerian Army Corps. Here you will see the display of the monthly route match. Here is we go for obstacle crossing to know how that area is in case anything will happen. So,
strides of the Nigerian Army as an entity in synergy with other corporate establishments and the wider society. The venue is headquarters of 8th Division Nigerian Army 242 Reki Battalion, Kinasara Cantonment in Mongono Town, headquarters of Mongono Local Government Area of Borno State.
Then at the wartime we have this confusion in the wartime. Welcome. To the left we have the
Fatima Okoli. I'm from Rwanda, Nigeria, University of Nigeria, Asuka. So Rwanda, Nigeria is a tech incubator. We get business ideas right inside the University of Nigeria, Asuka, where we have over 40,000 students. And so we encourage students to come up with ideas so that by the time they graduate, they have companies already instead of carrying files about. So already we have companies working on drone delivery, security drones, smart housing, security on mobile applications, and all what have you. Rwanda, Nigeria is just about a year old, and we have 12 companies already. Welcome, sir. Thank you.
So, you're welcome to the American Force for South Africa and for the CA The concept behind this is to have mass hazard onto the campus, like the person out here, that is for Boko Haram. So the canister round is fired from like T-72. But on the induction of T-72 in 2014 to the Nigerian Army Corps, it is not provided with a canister round that could be very, very effective. However, we knew that it has HESH. The HESH round is used for soft target. But gauging from the Boko Haram activities and insurgents that we are fighting with, when they are coming out in mass. Yes, once you fire the HESH round, it could destroy 20 or 30 of them without you recognizing their flesh or whatever. But we look at what is it that will have more effect onto the insurgents. It came up with the production of the canister round. So inside here, it has the pellets. Inside has 3,500 pellets. This is the charge and the carbon. So once ignited, as it is now, it is the bomb. Once the charge is ignited, just allow them at a distance of 1 kilometer. Once they fire it, even if there are mass of 400, the rest are shot. Nothing less than 200 of them will be capacity. Sir, the beating zone. The beating zone is 600. Yes, sir. So while here is the pulsating equipment. So the T-72 was inducted in 2014, which is called the game changer. But unfortunately, it did not come with the pulsating equipment. Meanwhile, we have the pulsating equipment in our Vegas equipment battle tank. The aim of the pulsating equipment is to allow the gunner to achieve a first sounding onto the target. That is from the gunner to the muzzle onto the target. But without carrying what is called pulsating to align it, whatever you are doing will be washed out. It's like someone having a vehicle manufactured in 2018, but it doesn't have the steering, it is very steep. So at the end of the day, with the initiative of this very soldier, we constructed a pulsating equipment that will be able to carry out this.
So the left is the proto technologies.
So you're welcome to Proto Technologies. So you're welcome to Proto Technologies. Here we have the prototypes of the handheld radios that is to be produced by the Armed Forces of Nigeria, jointly with Namibia. SATCOM, you met them before. So, sir, conference recently. So,
The first one is having 6901 as the number. And the second one is having 7630 as the number. So this is encrypted, this is not encrypted. So the production line is already been established, and our troops are training in Namibia to Congo to produce it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
So to the left is the Nigerian Army.
And welcome to Nigerian Army Electrical and Mechanical Engineers Council. So, one of the major roles of Nigerian Electrical and Mechanical Engineers is the maintenance of Army equipment. So, in doing that, we are faced with a lot of challenges. One of them is non-availability of spare parts. But through the process of reverse engineering, the EV Corps has been able to achieve a lot for the Nigerian Army. When the MRAP was given to Nigeria, we have to modify the air filter to be able to fit into the MRAP because of non-availability of the air filter from it. The filter 4U was backloaded to the Nigerian.
So to the right is the drug manufacturing. So to the right is NACO. So to your right is the drug manufacturing company. So ahead of them is the Nigerian Army Medical Corps. They've been able to manufacture dental stones locally. This was a research undertaking. Yes, sir. This is the Nigerian Army engineers. They have also been able to do hydropower plants. This is a prototype of the hydropower plant, and it's also working in the Makodi barracks. Yes, sir. Makodi, yes, sir.
As approved by the COAS, the hydropower generator and the steam power generator has been approved by the COAS to be moved to the prototype level. That is ongoing, sir. We also have the...
Where is it working now?
Yes, sir. The institutions around our institution, that is NASME, the universities, even the DIC, we work with them, sir. Also, sir, we have the multiple air packet wheel, which is probably the only kind of its type in the world today. The COAS has also approved that the wheel be developed to the prototype level, sir.
Okay, well done.
Thank you, sir.
So this is the SDC, the system development. Yes.
So this is the GSM jammer, which has the ability to block electronic signal within 10 meters radius, and it can also enforce electronic signals in the conference room. Then we also have the electronic hospital management system, which can be used to eradicate loss of forms or paperwork. Then the patient can also book an appointment with the doctor. Then we have the electronic map, which can be used to track distances and find locations, plans military operations, and hand features for military symbols.
Yes, sir.
Then sir, this is the e-slide X that can be used to encrypt and decrypt messages to avoid the...
So to our right is the ordnance store.
Sir, you're welcome to the Nigerian Army Ordnance Store. Stand. Sir, the Nigerian Army Ordnance Corps provides the ancillary service for the Nigerian Army. We have the Nigerian Army tailoring factory that provide all these sewn materials, the camo and hot materials we need.
Okay, very good.
We have the kit factory.
So to the left is also the surveillance and the
the VR SDC VR range. So the intelligence core is to your left. Yes, they've been able to establish a forensic labs.
Welcome to Nigeria Intelligence Corps stand. I am Lieutenant Ebi Bature from Technical Intelligence Command. So on display are some of the equipment we have in our inventory. So the whole Nigeria is watching, if not the whole world, so we cannot display everything that we have. So here is the Celebrate UFED 2. It's a device from Israel that we have acquired for mobile forensics. Here are SIM cards that we can, SIM cards of suspects. So with this device, we can extract data from any phone, any type of mobile device. This is the workstation to which we use the device. The workstation allows us to analyze the chunks of data that we extract from this device, and then we have dongles that have license which we renew. So before now, we normally send our devices to sister services, but now we are capable of doing it ourselves. And so over here, yes, sir. So we have the biometric system for terrorists and criminals, but we are trying to also use it for the IDPs, because of recent there has been a problem in terms of the number from, between the NGOs and our own troops, because they will use this to terrorize. Thank you, sir.
So to the right is Snapex. It's Snapex, yes, sir.
You're welcome to Director of Public Relations. Stand. One second.
Yes, sir.
We'll have a city professor of himself takeaways. Suicide one please. Thank you, sir.
So the Nigerian finance core is to your left, and they're also doing data capital.
So you're welcome to the Nigerian Finance Corps stand. Yes, sir. So before you products from the Nigerian School of Finance and Administration from the Entrepreneurship Department. We have the air freshener, we have deodorant, we have soap, and we have, the school is capable of producing 35 items. So here we have our equipment for electronic Nigerian payroll system and biometric enrollment. The aim is to ensure the to ensure the integrity of the payroll database, preparatory to migration to the integrated payroll personnel information system. So here we have the electronic Nigerian payroll system equipment for salary administration. And since we came here, we have been resolving salary-related issues on the spot.
Best leave for June, sir. Yes, sir. You are best leave for June, sir. And soldiers and officers are free to check their information and also update troops and the operations information, update their salaries and allowances and other details. Thank you very much, sir.
Sir, you are welcome to Nigerian Bank stand. So we have locally made steel pan drums, big steel pan drums. This is the process, this is a finished product. The last time we got foreign drums, that was 41 years ago during the Festival of Art and Culture, when Nigeria invented some drums from Trinidad and Tobago when they came to perform during the Festival of Art and Culture. Since then, Nigeria has been manufacturing its own steel pan drums. So we have the tenor, the double tenor, the double bass. These are the processing, the production. Then these are the big drums, that's the bass drums. We have about 14 drums to make an ensemble. We have also locally made middle size So, thank you.
So this is the
welcome, sir. As displayed, these are the platforms the Nigerian Army has made arrangement to acquire talent. And this is efforts towards What we do, the product is coming to is to give you access to electricity 24 hours. Interestingly, when we are on our way down to this station, it's 8 watts. So the idea is to watch your TV, use your phone, ordinarily, what happens is charges not really good. Part of what we did when we did it, promised to donate 100 units to the...
Working with them to make it affordable. Good morning, sir. You are very welcome to Port Nigeria, one of the very oldest company in the world that is a global leader in ballistic protection. We have the privilege of the Chief of Army Staff visiting our town during the Innovation Summit. Essentially, we are a technology provider and we enable body armor manufacturer. So we invented Kevlar about 50 years ago, and that's Kevlar, which has been used in different kind of application for bulletproof vests of different threat level, used in conjunction with the insert plate. Kevlar is also used in vehicle reinforcement and platform reinforcement. As you can see, it's layered into the steel surface and rubberized panel. Another thing we're pushing very aggressively is chemical, radioactive, and biological nuclear threat containment, which is called CRBN. We have a wide range of chemical suits that is used in those kind of threat situation.
Thank you.
It's a privilege to work with you, sir.
So to the left is the Nigerian machine tools.
You're welcome, sir. Nigerian Machine Tools, an integrated engineering company that does a wide range of activities, including the manufacture of ballistic vests and plates for the military and the defense forces. Right here, you find a complete range of what we do. Some of the best. This one has actually been tested at 15 meters, and it's stopped. Yes, we can make it lighter, but thank you. It is possible, sir, but then the cost goes up exponentially. So we have to find a balance between two of them. Right here is some of a range of the ones we do. This is the one we've just supplied the Nigerian Army. We have a wide range, including the vests and flotation jackets, and these ones too. Thank you.
So to the right is another...
Hello, sir. You're welcome, sir. Welcome to Fanny Nigeria Limited, the inventors of half-hard block. This was locally invented by the company. Currently, to replace the conventional block and also to suit the current situation.
That's fine. So in fact, they have a prototype outside.
Outside.
That we'll see.
We have already built one prototype outside. You're welcome, sir.
So the instant solution. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Thank you, sir. This is Instant Tactical Energy Alternative Solution, where what we do is solar energy production, very mobile. You can use it in terrain area. You don't need to charge for it for tents and checkpoints. You carry it, very easy to move, and it's 1,000 watts. At 500 watts, we have 2,000 watts. So it has the capacity of carrying a mobile office in high terrain areas for easy communication and charging of all gadgets. It's foldable. It's not like the normal conventional panels. This is foldable for military, easily to move and go around wherever you want to go.
Thank you.
And we also have our unmanned vehicle here system that covers 500 kilometers, 100 kilometer video link, and high endurance of 10 hours endurance.
So to the left, we have the BGI. Sir, to the left, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Maruf from the Black Ocean Club in Total Technology. It's our pleasure to participate in today's Army Day celebration. We have a product that we have done the evaluation that is conform to the Nigerian military standard, conform to the American standard, conformity with the Pakistan standard. This will be shot 4 times. This side is shot 4 times, and the trauma is very, very minimal. This shot 2 times. You cannot see the trauma. And our helmet is shot at 5 meters range. 5 meters range, and there's no penetration at all. And I want to quickly demonstrate our vest to you. These are vests come with some good features. This area is what we call Pagoda fabrics. Is waterproof and starproof. The inner layer is what we call almost layer, which is the body temperature for our military.
Sir, to the right is Lodoni.
Good afternoon, sir. You're welcome, sir. This is Lodoni Company Nigeria Limited. We have a factory in Lagos. We manufacture cardigans, uniforms, boots. We do the rank, shoulder badge, pickup, and then we do all our accoutrements for the military, sir. You're welcome, sir.
So to the left is Global Starfit, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Global Smart Fit stand. So we entered the production of these footwears, and it may interest you to know that some time ago when we were given some 30,000 pairs, we moved from just 40 men staffs to over 350 people working. And we have the competencies and methodologies to partner with the military in training people, particularly from wounded soldiers in the art of tool making. And going forward, we will also customize the shoes for the military as they will choose it. Thank you very much.
So to the right is the Tapoli.
Welcome, sir. Welcome to our stand, sir. My name is Elijah Olalu Ibrahim of Arab Tapoli, sir. We are producing a locally made of tentages in Nigeria here, and web equipment, many of the size of the tentages and the canvas, anklet, most of the kit bags are Palestinian. I like to produce, sir. I like to produce
So to the left is Bernard Systems. They came in from UK.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, General. This is an unusual vertical takeoff and lift. Good afternoon. Vertical takeoff and landing aircraft that basically fly 1,000 kilometers, land, deposit a cargo, and take off again. So we can operate from a ship, from a field, ordinary field, and we're going to bring this aircraft here this evening. So we will have it tomorrow for showing. So we'll have the demonstration of the plane sitting here, and also a stealth aircraft, so that we can take photographs and have a number of planes operating, like you can see here, go along and photograph a huge area, 10 of them, for example, on the left-hand side of the road, 10 on the right, and we can see if there's an ambush being set up. And if someone shoots at one of the planes, all they will do is tell us where they are, and we relay this. So it has satellite communication on the plane. This, we can use Inmarsat, and we can use Avanti. Or if you have your own satellite and you want to use that, we can replace it with that. And radar on it, so that it can fly beyond line of sight, but not collide with commercial airline, for example. Both civilian and military applications. So you can turn up the volume, and we want to manufacture these aircraft in Nigeria, turn up the volume so that the price of the plane is then reduced by both civilian and military applications. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So to the right is our flagship. We'll be partnering with...
This is the made in Nigeria MRAP. First in Nigeria, the only MRAP, all the others are fake, but this is the original MRAP. Made by Nigerians. It's standard level 4 underbelly, standard level 3 body, independent suspensions. The new ones we are making now, they all have a monocoque body. This one was built on a chassis, Tatra chassis, but all the new ones are on monocoque body with a driveline. We have the ZF transmission, and then we have the Allison transmission, and of course the screen, we've improved on the screen now. This one has a screen, complete screen, instead of the 2 screens we had, and we've done a lot of improvements, so we keep on improving by the day on this particular one. It seats 12 people. Yeah, thank you very much.
So to the left is the Nigerian foundries. They've been able to fabricate almost all the parts we've given them.
Good morning, sir. Without spare parts, you can't get guns working, you can't get tanks working, you can't get anything. Our specialization is to make any sort of spare parts. However, if we have a sample, we do all the analysis and everything. Everything you see here is made in Nigeria. The video is over there. As you will see, this is the MBT track link. That is your own. The sample given. This is what we made. And Oga from here is the one who's made the rubbers for this. So everything is 100% made in Nigeria. Thank you, sir.
Welcome, Journal. Yes, NRTC, National Radio Telecommunications from Pakistan. So we have multiple solutions. The total mine sweeper detector with the EOD manipulator, complete solution. You have land, mobile radio, long range communication and short range communication, secure communication, all the system of secure communications from here, military radio system. So we are here. We have the more product is coming tonight. Sure. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the special guest of honor had just concluded a tour of the Trade and Innovation Fair, part of the activities to celebrate the Nigerian Army Day 2018. We want to appreciate the special guest of honor for being part of this historic event, the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa. Thank you so much for your time despite your very busy schedule. We want to thank the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai, for being part of this historic and epoch-making event.
This year's Nigeria Army Day celebration started last Friday, 29th June 2018, with the theme, The Nigerian Army and National Security, a panacea for Nigeria's economic development. Activities to mark this celebration already covered include Jumat prayers held last Friday, 29th June 2018, at all the Nigerian Army Formation headquarters nationwide, and interdenominational church services on Sunday, 1st July 2018 at all formations and units of the Army. Also, sanitation exercises were conducted on 30th June 2018 at Gudumbari, Guzamala local government area of Borno State, including other selected locations across the country. All these were followed by free medical outreaches in some selected locations during the celebration, one of which was in Jidari Polo, Maiduguri, Borno State capital.
Thank you for your time. May I also remind you that the Trade and Innovation Center will continue tomorrow.